Welcome, everyone. It's Sharon here. And I wanted to invite you to some free calls that I'll be hosting in 2024. They'll be each month on the second Tuesday, 7 p.m. UK time. And they're going to be free calls so that there's no barrier to anyone joining who wants to join. No more than an hour or so, an hour maximum, I would suggest. And the calls are called Planetary, Peace and Love. And I wanted to offer these because 2024 is quite an exciting year. I've looked ahead with Spirit, and the themes for 2024 are very much about community, about unity, about coming together, to dream together, to be in love and in peace and unity together. So there's a lot of really important themes. And for those of you who have been on the spiritual path a while, you may have noticed that the theme, global theme for this year was authenticity, a return to our true selves, our souls, our soul qualities. And so if you've done that authenticity work, especially, we're now kind of ready to kind of come together as our true self, but now in the collective. And so I wanted to offer these calls as a place where we could gather, that we can be together to understand love and peace on a soul level, on a spiritual level, to be able to come together in silence and experience that together as well. And the calls will be quite varied, I imagine, depending on what feels right on that day, on that particular day. There may be some sound work, there may be some mantra, there may be some breath work, there may be some discussion, and there may also be a bit of guidance from me about love and peace. And just I think it kind of feels like 2023 certainly had a lot of violence in it. I think a lot of years have a lot of violence, but this year it seems that there was quite a lot of pain and suffering and violence. And it doesn't look like there's a lot of planetary peace and love at the moment. And I don't think 2024, from one perspective, will improve. I think if you are part of the great suffering and you're choosing to repeat the mistakes of centuries and centuries of conditioning, and you're not really an awakened soul, I think there's going to be more of that. But if you've chosen awakening, if you want something different, if you don't believe that violence represents you, if you don't believe that ideology and picking sides is right for you, then we need to discuss and we need to find a way for us to have our feelings given space and our ideas given space. And so the calls are really about coming together, really as a collective, to have a safe space for those who want to experience the peace and love. And the mind creates concepts of what peace and love are. And it's really trying to move away from what the concepts of peace and love are. Because on a soul level, we need to know this for ourselves, what this feels like, before we can radiate it out. You know, a lot of people talk about peace and love, but these are concepts that their mind has created. We need to actually get the experience of actually what it feels for us and be able to radiate that outwards. And so this is what the calls are really for. We're going to grow together with this. I'm not claiming to know everything about it. We are going to do this together. We're going to create a space together. We're going to create silence together. And we're going to tap into a universal peace and love that we know exists. And this is going to be our time to practice. This is going to be our time to embody. This is going to be our time to understand. And so that's what the calls are for. if this calls to you, if you think that sounds like a good use of your time, then sign up, please, via my website, which is sharonlawson.co.uk, or if you're on my monthly newsletter, there is a link on there too. Um, and yeah, that's it really. Let's come together. Let's come together and let's have a deep dive into peace and love.